Gaffer, a busy Christmas period, a lot of points to play for you. Must be looking forward to the challenge ahead.
Always looking forward to the challenge. The word busy, it's an every week busy. Christmas is an opportunity for families to enjoy, embrace, get together again, spend valuable time with each other. But I've been in football since the age of 16 as a professional and now as a manager. And over Christmas it's never changed for me. And it's constantly been work. But obviously there's got to be a balance as well. And the balance has got to be enjoyment with the family. Christmas Day special, opening presents, phoning family, friends that you've not spoke to for a while. And it's good to have an opportunity to share memories with your family, with your friends. But it's work as usual. It's a very, very busy period. But you've got to make sure that you're supporting people who need that support over Christmas. Because Christmas can be a lonely, lonely time for people as well. And it's important that you remember that and you remember people who might need you. So as busy as football is, it's important that we all remember that there's people out there who might need us more than football does.
Is Saturday's game more important than usual, or do you just look at it as a game in isolation and 3 points to play for?
Yeah, we look at the games as being very, very important to everybody, to the supporters, to Football Ventures, to myself and Dave and a group of players. But it's no more important than the previous game or the game that we have after Southend. So it's important in isolation, but we prepare the players well. Once that whistle goes, we want the players to make good decisions, footballing decisions. We want them to embrace the challenges. We want them to be confident, competent, and be aggressive in the pursuit of taking on their opponents. It's been very difficult recently when we've been playing at home with teams sat behind the ball, parking the bus, to coin a Mourinho phrase. But it's something that we have to work with. It's something that we have to show bravery with. And it might be different at the weekend. They might come out and attack us from get-go, but they might do the same. So we've got to make sure that we're ready for every permutation of what the opposition might do. But our players have got to embrace the situation that we're in. They can't suffer under the pressure of expectation from myself, from each other, from the teammates, from the group of supporters. Got to embrace it. After all, it is a game, and the word game should mean enjoyment.
Back on our own patch on Saturday, I guess it's always good to be back at the University of Bolton Stadium.
Always. We like representing the supporters. The supporters have been magnificent. They understand the dilemma the club finds themselves in, the embargo that we're under. It's not been lifted. It's going to be a challenge to, circumnavigate the embargo in January, in the summer, and for 2 windows after that as well. So we're doing our best to rise above those challenges and make ourselves better. But the games, we're really looking forward to the games. We're looking forward to playing at home, representing those magnificent supporters. And the players want to embrace a new relationship that hopefully is being built with the supporters and the football club.
Southend, I guess it's fair to say they've not had the season that they would have wanted so far, but what are we expecting from them?
It's a tough challenge. And again, we've got to embrace the challenges physically, mentally. From a football perspective, we've got to make good decisions. And hopefully, and again, this is a be all and end all game. It's just a game in isolation. You put too much pressure on one individual game and it can create a mountain of pressure. So the pressure for me is to go out there and embrace, an opportunity to get as many points as we can.
Saul Campbell's obviously in the job now. Were they a different proposition since he's gone to the club?
They find themselves in a similar situation to when he wasn't at the football club. They've had a change of management. They've had a big recruitment over the summer. A recruitment that they hoped would drive them away from the problems that they had last season, where they stayed up last game of the season. But it's not materialised in the way that I think that the club and the management prior to Saul had gone in had expected. But Saul's trying to probably change it round. If you're looking at the squad of players that he's got, it's quite a healthy squad of players, experienced League One campaigners, but they just haven't gelled.
Are there any injury concerns going into the weekend's game?
There's no concerns because we know who's injured. The concern would be if the players that we've got available are picking up injuries, niggles throughout the course of the week, and we haven't had any of those. So it's a similar squad that we have to choose from. But again, you know, the injury situation belongs to Matty Barris. You know, I'm just dealing with the fit players, you know, and trying to make the best opportunity that we've got of winning the game against Southend on Saturday.
Obviously last weekend's game ended in defeat ultimately, but what positives can we take from that game into Saturday?
A lot of positives. There's got to be. You know, if we saw again, if we make better decisions in and out of possession individually and collectively, we win football matches, we don't lose them. But the fact of the matter is we have to respect every opponent we play against. We're not in a position where we can just be not obnoxious but super confident, super competent, where we have to just concentrate on ourselves. We do concentrate on ourselves in the way that we don't want to do things, but we have to make sure that we're aware of the opponent. And you know, the last thing I wanted to harm the group of players with was a heavy defeat at Peterborough again, away from home. The beliefs and the mechanisms away from home have got to improve. The strategy, be better individually, one-on-ones, and we'll pick up points. You know, we were narrowly defeated. It gives us positivity, it gives us a little bit of hope. You know, we made mistakes that led to other opportunities that you know, Peterborough could have cashed in on, but they didn't. So we had one or two opportunities ourselves. I believe we've got to be better. You know, it's a starting point where we can be better, but to play against the leading goal scorers, if you like, in one of the leading goal scorers, two strikers with 13 goals each, 14 goals now. It was a difficult proposition with a squad that's maybe not topped up with confidence or competence at this moment in time. So, you know, as a manager, as players, as a group of supporters, you have to be very forgiving, and we have to support the players in the pursuit of 3 points in the next game. So we have to forget, we have to move on. We can't remind the players of constant negativity. So that's one thing that we have to learn from. And we can't get too stressed, we can't create too much drama. We're in this position, we have to embrace it. We want to be out of this position. We're in positive points now, which, you know, a lot of people thought we wouldn't do. We've done it. Now let's try and embrace the next phase, which is getting to 10 points. And then let's see what it takes us there.